Welcome to another divine moment. Sammy B. the Michael fella. I have no choice but to share this information with the world. We all need karmic credit. So once you get elevated and get to understand certain things, it's only right that you give back to the world. And you give back in the best way you know how. By following your life path. By looking for your afterlife and where divine is or where divine could be. Because you're just passing through this life. So for those who have questions about why they're here, their life purpose, and to understand who and what is going on, this video here is made or designed to motivate you to help give you some answers to some of these questions that you're looking for. I'm gonna do my very best to share that information with you from my perspective of what divine has given me to share with the world. It's a blessing because each person came here on this earth with individual gifts and talents. So similar to I having a different face, a different eye, different nose, mouth, hairstyle, cheekbones, all those different features that I have differently from you. Those are the exact same things you have differently from me, which are your gifts and talents that you were born and given by birth to be here. To give and support and use it for your life journey to be part of humanity and rehabilitate yourself to your higher self if you came in the position of paying for old karma or fixing yourself. Or if you came in because you are already part of the angelic or star seed, or from that element to elevate, then you already have these gifts to be able to work with yourself. Okay? So each person is divinely blessed. But unfortunately, because we have been reincarnated so many times, those who are in charge has figured a way to not give us the information and confiscate our divine understanding and basic information that we all need to have about ourselves, like our self-manual has been thrown out of the book through our education system. And so when we do get back here again, or we get reincarnated back here, we are then lost in the sauce or in the source or in the game of things or the mix up of the reality which they have created for us. So we are not able to attain our higher self to go back home to where we actually belong to because we came or had fallen from grace. At nighttime, I want you, if you have a time to look around, just look around your city. Just look at the lights, laid back if you can find a hill or place to park. And just look at the hills and find yourself staring at a bunch of lights in a concrete jungle. And then look up into the skies and see the lights are also reflecting because it says us above, so below. So we've entered a new age called the Aquarius age, which the symbol is represented by water. If you remember the Bible story about Noah, that story also talked about the world being flooded by water. In the beginning of the Bible says that the earth was full of darkness and with void. And the earth was separated by God saying, let there be light. And then light came and there was morning light and an evening light. By the way, I'm only choosing to use the Bible as a reference because it's not a Jewish book, like they say. Well, it could be, but it came from the Dead Sea Scrolls. That's where the Torah and all these books came out of. The Bible, the Quran later on. You know the story about Muhammad finding out who he was or couldn't read and write and went into the caves and came back and was instructed to write a book. So similar to the Dead Sea Scrolls, it was in the caves. Some kids discovered it. And then out came the Bible, the Torah, and all these books. So the Bible's origin is an ancient book that was kept in some cave somewhere in Mesopotamia, which is Iraq. called the Dead Sea Scrolls. So when I quote the Bible, do not get jittery, because it's old information with certain codes and keys in there for us to be able to help make it practical. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So, as the waters above, so is the waters below. It tells you that the earth was flooded with waters through Noah. Water can be used for drinking, cleaning. We use it for everything. Even in your mouth, you're producing water, which is called saliva. Your piss is water. It flushes your system. It comes out of your pores as sweat. Some comes out as snorts in your mouth. Some comes out as tears. The refined ones is what is greased in your ear as wax. So your body is a form of science that you have to study, because it says your body is a temple and ye are gods. That's what it says. So if you are gods and you are performing scientific miracle with your body, this body is not a joke. As you can tell, around the world, our food and land has been confiscated. Because, like I said, you have fallen from grace, or you're here for a purpose, and you're here with gifts and talents. Your birth chart should tell you who and what you're about in your nature. And so you can be able to use that as a reference point to identify and find yourself, right? So now, since all these things within your body, it's chemical reaction or biological reaction. This biological electrical reaction that is happening to you, because you're not a chemical being, you're a biological being. So everything that is happening to you is biological. It's not chemical. You understand what I mean? It's electrical, because water is what creates electricity, and 80% or 70% of your body is water and meat, or that mass is meat and bones, right? The structure. So the blood is running through your veins, a form of water. You understand what I mean? Electricity is created through water. So you are an electric being, first of all. You are hearing radioactive waves. As you're hearing me, that voice that you cannot physically see is traveling through waves, and your ears can receive this, or accept it in, and it goes into your brain to be. This is how amazing our bodies are, our creation, this physical being is. And therefore, it's important that we spend time in peace and in isolation and discover more about what this is, and to fall in love with the amazing part of this body and what it takes to run this body, such as the food and the water and the things we say out of our mouth and the things we think about and the things we put inside this body. Because since it's sort of a computer on its own, it's so majestic, so cosmic, it's so karmic, you slap it, you feel the pain, it goes into your brain, you feel the sensations. This is pure special gift that we have. Nobody can even explain this basic feeling we have when we breathe in. This is beyond any science, and this is something that has been given to you, and you can sense the spirit inside you, because when you are sick and you're laying down, you can feel the pain in places in your bodies that you never even thought about. So you cannot take this journey and this life as a joke, because you have fallen from grace. And this earth here is supposed to be the place for rehabilitation. But there's people ahead of us who came in and have come in and have confiscated the ways and things that you and I are supposed to have from the birth, or understanding of who we are from birth, and has given us a corrupt way of teachings to enslave ourselves. Because if we do come here and we cannot rehabilitate ourselves, we cannot make it back to where we need to be in the heavens, or in our highest form of life, or planetary or intergalactical travels. We get stuck here. The earth is like a prison First of all, your spirit is inside your body. This body here is a cell or a shell or a prison. If you get sick and that spirit is hit in where it needs to operate, it's going to elevate, or how you say, exit. And this body's no good. But our spirit needs to find another body, because once it gets up to wherever it needs to get out to, it will be weighed by its good or bad, its journey. And if this thing doesn't weigh properly with nature, back again, you need to find another body and do it again. So if you do good, you are preparing good for your future. You do bad, you're doing bad for your future. Because you will come back and have to face that future. So if you raise your kids right, and yes, the people you're supposed to go through, you will come back through them. Your kids could be karmic lessons or old people that you did them wrong in the past, and they showed up here to pay you for a prize or pay your prize back to you. Your dog could be your karma, because maybe you were supposed to be just feeding that dog, work your day without no friend, but just have a dog or a cat. Whatever it is that you're seeing today, everything around you has to do with karma. So don't go pick up a dog when you can't afford to have a dog. You understand what I mean? Because it becomes cruelty. Don't go catch a fish or put another animal in a cage because you want to have fun with it, because you will pay for that karma. Don't go kill another animal, because once you take that animal's life, that spirit in it, also you have to pay its price for. Our food that we eat is very vital, because it says in the Bible, right in the beginning in Genesis, when they ate those fruit, the forbidden fruit, their eyes was open. So it tells you what you put inside your body could change everything about your perspective to your DNA. In order to be clairvoyant, there are certain things you would have to do to get yourself cleaned out so that you can be receptive to the information. It's like someone who's a Buddhist understands the interpretation of Buddhism, or someone who speaks an African language such as an Akan language can understand the meaning of those. If I spoke right now and there's someone who does not speak English in here listening to me, they will not be able to understand that. So in order for them to understand, they have to prepare themselves to learn the language so that we can communicate. We can communicate on sign language, but it might not probably show truly how we feel to express ourselves as freely as I am right now in this language to those who can understand this. So in everything, in every circumstance, it's on us to basically learn and elevate, because this was supposed to be part of our journey, but this has been removed. And now we cannot be able to get this information directly because our food system has changed. First of all, the land is confiscated by the system. You go to work, you give up your livelihood of life to go get a piece of paper, and so now your agriculture is at a large industrial stages. You don't have time really to find who you are. So you wake up 24 hours a day, not trying to find out who and what you're about and what you need to find to align your spirit with. Only a few have the opportunity to align themselves with a spirit. You understand what I'm saying? But for majority of the people, they're too busy focusing on the monetary values and the sustainability of their physical being, that they are not able to truly connect with what their afterlife could be, or what they need to do right here with the people and the entities and the thinking and their process of feelings and emotion and communication, and what they need to do it right here, so that they can prepare good karma and relieve themselves of all the worldly things that have corrupted them. So for instance, sometimes you get real angry. You want to ooh. You got to think about it before you make that decision and you get that angry, because that could be a trap for you. You understand what I'm saying? it's best to sometimes remove yourself from people or situations rather than indulging and fighting and creating energies and creating animosities that you cannot remove yourself from, and the karmic price that you cannot pay. Because it's important for you to see where you are going or where you want to go. You have to know that if you've been coming back here because the spirit inside us is so old that some of us or some of the people will never make it to the next level. Even in this life, they have such bad behavior and character. They are not so caring. They are so selfish. They are so self-centered. They don't even get the point of being amongst humanity. They fall for the lowest frequency energy when it is not even thinkable. You can't save those people. You got to be able to look for the people who are like-minded like you and enjoy the purpose and the reason why they're here and where they want to go after. Or they act in such way that it motivates you to want to be better. You understand what I'm saying? If there's people that are engaging in things that you're not interested in, you need to move out of the way, because this is a cosmic bill you're going to pay for. All right, now we hit the 16 mark, so let's get into some real stuff here. So like I told you, we are in the Aquarius age. Now Aquarius age is represented by water. Water is the same thing that will use to destroy the earth. So Noah's Ark in today's times is the same thing. Where Noah's times, what was it doing? He was offering them a free boarding onto the ark. They didn't want to. Today they're offering free, you know what, for people. And everybody went to it. Or majority of people went to it for fear of something that they don't even know or see. You've been sick before. This is your temple. You need to take good care of it and trust the things that you do right with it before you hand over the keys to somebody else. Because first of all, you've handed the keys of where you eat, your education system, your vision, television, your ear, your music, your reading, your books, to somebody else to inform you. You do not investigate those people who inform you or question them. And now these people are the people from the beginning of the times. They are the same people who have changed and entrapped us in this world. Because today's man and today's woman is a lost slave. I gave an example, such as you go to Walmart, Target, Costco, Nissan, Ford, Suzuki, name all these companies, Apple, Target, just name it, Monsanto, your pharmaceuticals, all these mega industries that exist. The people that work for them only do one thing. So that one thing is all they can do. So the talents under which they were brought on this earth is summed down, reduced to one thing: make money and do that one simple task. Naturally, if you live on a land, you will be responsible for building your house. So you will know engineering. You will understand nature and the land. You would have to get yourself some food, so you will know about your medicine and your food. You'll be your own doctor. You'll be your own engineer. You'll be your own teacher. You'll be your own scientist, because you'll be watching out for the science. There's so many facets. You'll be your own artist, designer, builder. Should I go on with the list? Your innovation of what you can create when you live off the land is what is going to give you your riches or your worldly material. Now, you don't create nothing anymore. Everything is being created and given to you. So the question is, who are you? You've forgotten who you are and why you're here and no time to even think for yourself, all just to go from hand to mouth, rent for a place or mortgage for a place to sleep. Even if the house is paid for, the taxes in North America, you still got to pay in Europe off the property. So let's look at it from a real perspective. Who are you? A lost slave. The only thing you have left is the life that is inside you that you're selling for money or to sustain. When a life is cut off from this physical 3D or 5D, whatever you're seeing playing here, that spirit is key and important to have. So if you don't slow down and discover what that is, you would be wasting your time. Meaning, it's time to really invest in yourself and do not just take anything from anywhere without questioning. It's important. We're talking about your life, the joy. The young kid in you that came here, that was sent to do great things, is now entrapped as an adult with bills and debts in chase of nothingness that is rewarding, because you will live longer dead than alive. And then when you come back, you won't even know who you are again. You're going to repeat the same cycle. For everybody you hurt, you're going to have to pay back if you're not lucky. It's time that we take our own life and be responsible, look in the mirror, accept whatever we are, and appreciate who we are, regardless how small, little, big, large, whatever you have. All you have is this life, and it's the most valuable resource that is needed. Because the Bible says we do not fight against flesh, but we fight against principalities of spirit in higher places. And it needs this body to control in order for it to do what it needs to do in existence. Now that you're aware of this information, it is key, vital, that you do not become a host to evil doing. Because it can only control you if you allow this body to be controlled. Nobody can control anything unless you allow it to happen. Nobody can force me to drink liquor unless I choose to drink liquor. Nobody can force me to go have sex with a woman that I don't know about unless I choose to do those things. Even if it's peer pressure, it's a choice that you are making. So you have the power in your hand to be disciplined. And that discipline has its reward called good karma, strength, gifts, and ability of self-discovery that you're going to find within yourself that's going to make you, boom, like a superhero, angelic, walking on this planet. Everybody you will come in contact to, they will see the anointment of higher realms, energies with you. I'll tell you something. You have an aura around you. That aura protects you. Once you do bad stuff, the aura is now reduced to a point where it has no protection. So evil things can penetrate. So in karma, I explained the other time, somebody says Sammy is a bad guy. The word bad is a spell, it's a word, because it said in the beginning the word was with God. The spirit of bad guy now is roaming through the waves in the air. It's looking for Sammy. You find Sammy, boom. This is Sammy. He's a bad guy. I want to hang with a bad guy. He's an evil guy. He like all this crazy stuff. He comes. My aura is so perfect. I'm not a bad guy. So it bounces right back because it cannot penetrate through my aura. Because if I'm good, bad cannot hang with good. The light is too bright for that. So what does it do? It starts going back because the person who lied is a bad guy. So the spirit of bad goes and now attaches himself. He's found a liar, a trickster, a real bad guy. So that karma goes back to that person. Now that person's walking around with bad energies, bad whatever it is, because he's talking bad about other people, lying about other people, or tricking about other people. This is why the news media or the liars keep lying. They keep coming up with more lies, and the more lies they keep coming up, the more they get exposed, because they don't know any other way but try to lie. And even if they try to tell the truth, you can see the truth in their lies. You can see their contradiction. You understand? Because there's no consistency. So you got to have faith that there's good karma in doing good. Not just for you, but for every living thing around you. The shirt is a living thing. We are recycled beings. You understand what I'm saying? But anyways, I hope this really resonates to those who are looking for their soul tribe. Because once you find this energy, you will find your family, the people you belong to be able to go through this journey with. There's many good people on this planet. So few bads. So you need to find those soul tribe, not those karmic tribes of people that you owe or gonna continue to fight and don't want to see. No, not that energy. Separate yourself if you have to. There's a God or there's a source energy, divine, inside you and outside you, waiting to receive you. I'm telling you this because I've been through the lowest. Okay? I'm not supposed to even be speaking to you. Based on what I know, those who wish ill on me, but more than I could even handle. But the Lord prepared a table for me in the presence of those who wish ill on me, or see me as someone that should not be doing what I need to do, although I did nothing but show them love, gave them all of me. You understand? So this is not coming from a place of animosity, because what is done to you that you don't like, do not wish it on nobody else. You just try to elevate and build your strength and build your defense and your offense and maneuver and trust the source is with you. You understand what I'm saying? I won't let it be too long, but it's about karma and the Aquarius age in which we're in, where water flows all over the place and it's cleaning out, and people are about to see the karmic justice. People are about to wake up and educate themselves, and you can be one of those people that can reverse your karma and reach the highest realms. The source and the divine energy be with you. This is what I do my music for. This is what I speak for. This is the ideas and the feelings and the purpose and the life path on which I'm on. Trying to get karmic credit and do it right from here and here. My whole being is dedicated to doing it right, and you should too. Anyways, I'm going to leave it as that. Sambi Styles, Claire House Worldwide. Stay blessed. Lift your spirit up. Shout out to my homeboys and homegirls out there being people like too. Alright, easy.